So the petcock bung is welded on there. I'm gonna clean it up, but it's welded. Next I have this ignition coil and key switch mount, top motor mount, which I just took off because the key switch doesn't stay in position on this. I guess this had been drilled out to accept a different key switch. What I'm going to do is I ordered a mounting tab that works for this key switch, so it fits perfectly in there and it can't rotate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically take this piece, weld it on top of this piece, so the key switch would fit in there. Like so. It fits in there well enough that when you put the bezel on, it'll sit pretty flush. So what I'll do is I have this washer is about the same as this radius. So what I'll do is I'm just going to trace this washer around and then cut that so that I just have a round ring up the top, and then this way when I put it on here it's just going to be a round step up, so it'll look cleaner on this. My welder is running a little funny, but got it welded. I don't know, I'll probably clean it up later before I send it out for paint. But it's at least done so that I can continue forward with mocking everything up and finishing everything up, bolting things up, wiring things up, plumbing lines, and then I'll clean up the welds and everything afterwards. But that's on, and now I can put this key switch on. I don't know what these wires are that I have on here, but I'm taking them off. I think these were old ignition wires. So I will run all new wires, because most things are being mounted in different locations. A different fuse box, different battery location, different coil location, different key switch location. So most of that wiring I won't be able to use anyway. So now, is this still warm? No. Now this fits in here. Should go in further. Yeah. And then tighten down the bezel. should go a smidge more. But anyway, that's that. So then the key will be there. Power from here, ignition right to there. I can run the light wiring right up underneath here to the light. The other one down and back for the tail light, through the brake light, and then up the frame to the light. The tank is mounted. Throw the petcock back on. Something like that. I got a new fuel line for that because this old one is real crusty. So old fuel line just gets baked in the sun and just gets stiff. And I don't like to use it. I like to get a nice new piece. That should be long enough. Tubing cutters. We will put some heat wrap on this later, but for now, goes through there. Between the cylinders, and then it will come up like that. Something like there. I'm going to leave it long just to trim it down again as I see fit, but right now I know that that is long enough without being obnoxious. And that will go on there. I don't think we're going to relocate that gas tank bung, but who knows? When I come back next time, I may change my mind. Battery mount. I got to do my battery mount. I have to do the fork stops and I think that's it. Fork stops and the mount for the battery. And then also I got to figure out which taillight I want to run. I have two taillights here. I have this box chopper tail light, and I have this Prism tail light. I'm thinking what I could do is either one could be mounted to the sissy bar, or how I have this fender mount, I could mount on the fender. Could go obviously not with this bracket, but so you get an idea. The tail light could be on the sissy bar or on the fender. I think on the sissy bar would be better to keep the fender clear. So it's a matter of this one or this little guy, which could also go vertically. I wouldn't do this one vertically because it has the window for the license plate light. So this one would either be like that. But I'm also playing with the idea of maybe having my plate mounted off the primary here. So if I do that, I'll probably be leaning towards the smaller light, just to keep the back end a lot cleaner. The smaller light and the smaller light, welded, something like that, or something even smaller where it's hidden. I don't think I would do it high like that though. I think I would do it low and keep the mount something like that. Have all this area to strap my luggage. Let me know what you think. The small light or the big light. I'm going to keep thinking about it. I don't know. Chopper light, the box chopper light. That might be the way to go. I think this bracket actually is made for this light. So that would be a clean way to go right there. Throw that on there. Trim this down. Maybe from the other side. Spacer and longer bolts. Almost so it like sandwiches. Almost like it sandwiches in there, but it's on the spacer. Something like that. That's not bad. Or do I put the plate on the back there too? And mount this with the plate horizontal, plate vertical. You got options. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think would look good? Keeping just a light on the back, doing the box light and putting the plate on the back, or just a small light on the back, just this light on the back, or I don't know. That's the next thing. Give me some ideas. Help me out here. I'm going nuts because I'm hungry. What I got here to keep the demons at bay is a chocolate chip French toast ball. That's good stuff. But anyway, I touched on this before about this this brake switch from Goodrich and how I wanted to protect the wires here. Apparently, Goodrich sells a boot for that. So we got that. So we're just going to pop that little bad boy on there just to see how great that looks. Which way? I'm guessing. Huh. I am guessing the wires go through the 90. I need some help from the pliers. Twist it. There we go. So that goes down and on there. And then this way, that protects the wires down there. See that? Nice. Beautiful. And I'll probably just keep the wires. Am I going to keep the wires along the cable? I don't know. Don't know yet. Before I get crazy with that, because I might send the... No, I got the exhaust here. Yeah, I'll probably keep the wires to go right up along the cable. Get a bigger clamp for here. Maybe I can clamp both the wires and the cable. In any case, that's that. I don't know what else more I got. I think I have to do the exhaust mounts, the fork stops, maybe something for starter button. I don't know if I like these. Taillight, possible license plate, and passenger pegs. That's it. That's all I can think of. It's been another eventful day here in the garage. Thanks for joining me. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what you're thinking about how far this build has been going, what you would like to see from me, and stay hangry.